Hello everyone, it's Jean, kept in stitches, and I know I'm a day late, actually a week and a day late because it is time for Week in the Review, which should have been yesterday, but I wasn't able to get to it, so I left you all a post on the community page saying that I would be doing the week in review today instead, and I'm actually doing 2 weeks because, as you probably noticed, I didn't do a week in review at all last week, so today is the catch-up week for that, and I hope you will all enjoy. So come on into my Stitching Cottage and let's see what all I have been doing in the last couple weeks. First of all, I use the design boards like this all the time when I am working on my projects. And I already had, I think I had 2 of the large size, 2 of the next size down, 2 of this, and 4 of the smaller size. But I never had enough. There was always something on them. So I decided I needed to make another set. So now I have additional ones in the large, the medium, the normal, and the small sizes. And I made those using foam board, leftover batting, strips that I had, and a glue gun, which if you're interested in doing something like this, it is actually from the YouTube video several years back that Lori Holt showed how she makes hers. So those are just like that. And I have already been putting those to good use. And then I also have made 8 of the blocks in a block of the week that I have been a member of in another group, and I have decided that those 8, because they're 12.5-inch blocks, 12-inch finished, are enough to make. There's several different ones here. I think I've showed you them, you know, as been making them, but that's the shaded double Ohio Star. But anyway, I have decided that I'm going to put those together into a table topper or a small wall hanging, and I am going to design some sashing strips that I'm not exactly sure what, but I'm going to design some sashing strips to put between those and sew those together, and we'll have a nice table topper or small wall quilt then out of those when I am finished with that. And the other thing, of course, that is always done in my Facebook group, which is Friends of Kept in Stitches, Quilting Stitching Bee, and of course the link for that is always in the description box below all my videos. We will do the crochet stitch of the week first, show you what those last 2 weeks have been, and it has been this wave stitch section right through here. You can see the wave. That was the week prior, and this past week was these stitches up. You can see it better using variegated yarn, and this is a purple one that I just switched to for the rest of it, but that is the moss stitch, or also known as the linen stitch. So those were the crochet stitch of the week for the past 2 weeks. And then of course we also do an embroidery stitch of the week. And the embroidery stitch of the week previous, which I'm going ahead, I've used the sunflower again for that, and that is the satin stitch. So some of these have all been filled in with the satin stitch, and as you can see, I've also been doing the French knots from a couple weeks ago, and don't have many of those left to go, but I will be completing the satin stitch also soon, I hope. And then this past week was the straight stitch. And of course, the straight stitch is just, straight lines. But this is showing that you can use the straight stitch for decorative things also in your embroidery work or in your slow stitching, cloth journals, that type of thing. So those were the crochet stitch of the week and the embroidery stitch of the week for the past 2 weeks. Then a certain individual talked me into doing a quilt that she wanted to do along with her. It is one from one of the Sew Sampler boxes, and it is this Dianah quilt. So I pulled a couple other fabrics needed for these large, the large square and half square triangles here. I think also for the binding is, I think, that I had to pull it for. And then the white background I had, and I already have all the pieces for the white background cut. I just need to cut the fabrics, colored fabrics, and then I will be able to start piecing on that. Let me see what else. Oh, I decided to remove all the large, I have a large cabinet right when you come inside the door, and by large I mean it is 4 feet wide and it is 7 feet tall and has 2 drawers that open up on it with shelves of various heights and everything inside of it. I had a lot of stuff in there that I'm no longer using, such as a couple Sizzix Big Kick die cutting machines and all the dies for it, accessories, and that type of thing. So I removed all of those. I actually removed everything from the cabinet and then started sorting through, reorganizing, packing away the stuff that I am not currently using, don't plan to use in the near future, but are things that I don't necessarily want to get rid of, because you know how it is when you think you no longer want something. A few months later, or maybe even a year later, you go, oh, I wish I hadn't gotten rid of that. So since I have room in the overhead storage in my Stitching Cottage, I am going to pack those all up and put them up there for the time being. So that is another thing that I did. And yeah, all my currently working on projects, the majority of them are now stored neatly in there. All my Valdani Pearl cotton threads are all stored neatly into where I can get at them in there. Some of the stuff, the trims and stuff that I use for my slow stitching projects are in there. One of my extra sewing machines, that type of thing. But all things that I'm still using on a regular basis now are in there, instead of some of them having to be, on my sewing cabinet, sometimes find their way over on the pressing station, that type of thing. They're all neatly stored in there, and I'm loving it right now. Every once in a while, yes, do I have to think, where did I put that? And yes, it's in there, I discover, but it'll take some adjusting and getting used to. Let me see. Oh, my light boxes are also kept in there. But excuse me as I check to make sure I'm not missing anything that we've done. Oh, of course, one of the most important things that I've been working on, you all know, is Long Time Gone, that long forever small piecing project. I've completed all the pineapple blocks, and I also completed all the checkerboard sections, so that I was able then to complete section 5 and section 6, which were the last 2 large sections of the quilt together, piece those together with sections 1, 2, 3, and 4, so that the actual quilt top itself is now all pieced together. And I also cut all the 1 3/4 inch wide Yeah, that's real wide. Cut all those strips and then subcut them into various lengths and piece them all together. Yeah, they're over here. Let me grab them. Piece them all together in these long, never-ending strips that are going to be used then as the three strippy, scrappy borders on this quilt. And I will try, yeah, I've got it the correct way. I will try to, and of course I can't get it all in, but the top is finished and the first, oops, as I said, the first round, we'll just kind of hold it up, but the first round of the borders are also complete. There's one of the large sections of the pineapple blocks, but it is just awesome. I'll go that way on that. Is awesome as it has come all together. I'm loving it even more. But I did hang it out on my fence outside and took some pictures of it, and also did a video in one of the shorts. So if you're interested in seeing that better, you can go and watch that short and you'll get a better view of what the quilt looks like. And I am hoping to finish those borders within the next couple days. I am searching for a pantograph. I have several pantographs. I'm going to look at mine again. I'm not sure there is one that I want to use on it, but I'm wanting to find just the right one that says, yes, this is what Jean needs to quilt her Long Time Gone on the long arm. So that will be done very shortly, I hope. Let me see, what else did I do? Oh, I ordered, which I purchased, this pattern, the Granny Pop V-neck sweater, and it is by MG Off the Hook Designs. You can find that. She sells her things on Ravelry and Etsy. So that is where you can find that pattern, but I actually ordered the exact same yarn that she used for this one, that is the photo, and I received those, which this gives you an idea of the majority of it, but then the other colors that you can't see in it are these colors. But received that so I can start making that sweater for myself. I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be a great one for the fall going into winter. Beautiful. Love it. And let me see. There is that. Ow. And then, you know, I have a problem sleeping, so I was up at before 4 o'clock Sunday morning and couldn't sleep at all. I was, you know, restless, just trying to lay in bed. So I decided I'm gonna get up, come on out to the cottage, and I removed everything from both sides of my Quilter's Dream cabinet, which is a sewing cabinet by Horn, is the one that I have. But I removed everything from both sides of that, and I removed everything from the small desk I have in the corner, which that desk was actually made by my grandfather for my 12th birthday, and I still have it, still use it. He, carpentry was kind of a side hobby of his. It wasn't his full-time job, but he did beautiful work. But for all of his grandchildren, on their 12th birthday, he made them a desk. So I think that's really awesome. But I also cleared everything off of that one and then decided what I really wanted where for making it the best usable space for myself and the things that I did. Mainly, I was wanting to get more room on the actual sewing side of the sewing cabinet, so I have a lot more room there. There will be pictures of that probably posted in my Facebook group, so you'll be able to check that out there. And the other side, I moved my laptop, my planners, my binders and such over there, and now it is more the office planning, paperwork doing section over there. And then the desk in the corner, my grandfather's gift desk, is going to be used as an extra work surface. So all of that I did, I think worked on it for a couple hours, maybe 3 on Sunday morning. Then had to do some other things, so it kind of got lingered on, and I believe I finished that up, yeah. Was it late last night or this morning? I don't remember exactly, but it is pretty much the way I want it now. So I love that I have more space on both sides to really enjoy without being cramped up and using both those sides. So I think, I almost forgot, there is one other thing. Yeah, I didn't show not long time gone, but Over the River and Through the Woods. I will get to that in a minute. But in looking through some things, I had forgotten that I have this little whole cloth quilt, which I don't know. There you can kind of see more of the pattern through all those safety pins on it. But I forgot that I had that, and I had started it in just, an ecru, same color as the fabric, which, it's not showing up with the light real well. But I decided that I think I would rather do that in a color. So I did ask for some suggestions, and of course, someone said turquoise. I don't know if it was because they know that that is my favorite color and my signature color right now. So I was looking through some of my threads. I wasn't finding exactly what I really thought I wanted, which this one, which is a variegated one, you probably can't tell that real well, but it's a Valdani size 12 Pro Cotton variegated one. But just in case that is the one I was going with, I ordered some more of that. I saw this turquoise also, ordered some of that, not knowing which. And these are just, this is the one I'm using for Over the River and Through the Woods, so I ordered another one of that. And this was a new color that they had, so I also got those. And in looking at them now and close up, wouldn't you know, I have decided that I'm going to go with my original choice, which is this variegated turquoise one. And I think that will turn out really beautiful. So I will be working on that now from time to time. And I almost forgot to show you that I did get more of the embroidery done on one of the sections of the Over the River and Through the Woods. And I believe that is everything, not everything, but the majority of the things that I was able to accomplish in the last 2 weeks here in the Stitching Cottage. And one of the other things that I did want to mention is in my Facebook group, I also offer a quilting stitching Zoom day to where from 10 in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Any of those that are in my Facebook group that want to participate in that Zoom quilting stitching day just have to private message me, and I will send them the link out for that day. Each day the link changes, and we have been having the participation has been growing, slowly but growing. Would love to see a whole lot more of you join in with us. We have a great time, everybody working whatever project they want to, and just chatting and sharing our quilt related, stitch related stories. some other memories along the line, but we try to keep it pretty much to quilting and stitching and just have a great time during that 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. period, which you don't have to be the whole entire time. You can come in at any time you want during those hours. If you can't be there in the morning, you can pop in the afternoon. Vice versa, if you can't be there in the afternoon, you can just come in the morning and leave, come and go as you wish. No problem with that. But my husband just walked in the door, so I had to motion him. I'm almost done. I'll wrap this up and say thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have enjoyed and found some inspiration for your quilting and stitching. And I will not see you, but hear some of you on the Zoom quilting stitching day, and also hope to see some of you in the chat on my live, the day that I go on YouTube live on Fridays starting at 11 o'clock in the morning, and that is just until I'm done doing what I'm doing. When those of you in the chat have kind of calmed down, we've had enough, and I end it. So that is all that I have for the information for you today. Again, have a great week, everyone. Happy stitching. And in the meantime, remember, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.